And so for the accredited investor who's selling like highly appreciated multi-million dollar properties, Bitcoin, businesses, stock, they have huge capital gains tax problems. Somewhere between 20 and 50% of the proceeds are going to be taxed unless they have some kind of plan in place. And so prior to the close of the transaction, we build capital gains tax exit plans. And then upon the exit, we give them freedom and flexibility to invest on their own terms versus being restricted with like a lot of what we call blockbuster methods like a 1031 exchange do. But the one that our clients love is what's called a deferred sales trust, and it combines an installment sale using IRC 453 with the trust. And it's the combination of these two things which opens up what we call transformational exit planning and investing. And for the accredited investor who wants to really get solid returns on their own terms, on their own timing, it's crucial to have a strategy that connects all three or gives you leverage over all three versus the opposite when if the timing is not on your side and flexibility for investments are not on your side, then oftentimes you get in a tough spot, which some people are really in right now. People overpay for properties, a lot of times because of the 1031 exchange, and then they wanted to defer the tax, and they didn't get their debt flow or their cash flow in line with their tax flow, and they lost half or all of their wealth. And so, as accredited investors, if you're $1 million net worth net of the home, you're not counting the home, you probably have assets that are multi-million-dollar gains. And if so, you want to be able to harvest that at sometimes without having to suffer the consequences of tax in the sale. And so that's what we specialize in helping them do just that. Yep. 1031 exchange is strictly for investment real estate, first of all. Does not work for businesses, does not work for Bitcoin, does not work for stock, does not work for a primary home. What we do is a deferred sales trust. It works for any asset of any kind. So Bitcoin, stock, businesses, real estate. The unique part about the deferred sales trust, as long as you don't have what's called debt over adjusted basis, you can basically defer all of your capital gains tax. You can pay off all of your debt. Okay. And you can sit on the sidelines. Well, what we like to do is put it a lot, and what we've done in the last couple of years is into hard money lending at about 10% earning. We've done it with Bitcoin. We still help the client who purchased Bitcoin for 50,000, went to 50 million. And for her, she worked for Google. She wanted to exit. And so we helped to defer 1.85 million of tax on a $5 million exit of the Bitcoin. And did it at the right time, 54,000 a coin. We were able to diversify that one, which is the next concept here. Is like, we can diversify. In our scenario, we can diversify across stocks, bonds, mutual funds, T-bills, hard money lending, business ventures, real estate. And the deferred sales trust gives you the ability to be a dynamic accredited investor.